Basement Bookers Podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new edition to the Basement Bookers Podcast. It's me, Basement Jer, with Rich The Riz, the most Riz's baldest man. And today, we're here about Clash in Paris, what went down after Clash in Paris, and what everybody's talking about in Chicago. Sami Zayn versus John Cena for the United States Championship, and some other stuff happened. Well, I don't know what to do here, but to hit the ground running, Rich The Riz, if you got some stuff you want to say to the people before we get going, now's a good time to do that.
What's up? How's it going? Hope you enjoyed Clash of Paris. Thanks to everyone that checked out our Monday Night Raw live stream. Gonna do it again this week.
Yeah, we're going to do it all over again. So first, let's get started with what probably was, I think, had the best wrestling for the night. Would be John Cena versus Logan Paul. I thought this was a really good showing from John Cena and Logan Paul. And I feel like as an audience member, when we were all watching, like the best gauge for me is what my wife enjoys, because she's not really into this like everybody else is. And she thought it was good. And, you know, props to Logan Paul. Wasn't, perfect. There were some momentary lapses, like not a great buckshot lariat. But it's wrestling. And when you put it all out there, I don't know. I think maybe Logan Paul gave John Cena so far. Maybe it's in close competition with the Cody Rhodes street fight at WrestleMania, but seeing to me as this is a regular one-on-one match where you have to follow the rules, I think this was John Cena's best wrestling match since he's come back. Rich, I'm going to give you the floor for this. Go ahead and
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you there. That was a really good match. Longest match of the night, by the way, at 26 minutes and change.
It's too bad for you.
I know. Yeah. So that had you retain the basement championship. So congrats, of course. But it was a really strong match, really entertaining match. The buckshot. I think my girlfriend speculated that maybe he's holding on to the rope too long. I don't know. That could be the physics of it. I'm not 100% positive. But I really enjoyed that match. And I know a lot of people, my girlfriend included, absolutely hate Logan Paul so much just as a person. I feel like as a wrestling purist, if we ignore the outside, I think what he's doing in the ring is great. And I think like he lost this match, but it was just another great Logan Paul match.
That's right, Rich The Riz. And just an extra note, just ask her how she feels about Stone Cold Steve Austin.
What?
And then get back to me.
Yeah.
I would love to know the answer to that one. All right, let's head over to the next. I don't know. We'll just talk about it after. So we're going to talk about the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, versus Bronson Reed, the Charisma Thief. He sucks up all the energy in the room and gives nothing back. Mm-hmm. This match, we don't have a real rating system here, so we'll figure something out later. But this was fine. Roman won, but it was the extra curriculars that saw Roman Reigns try to give his shoes out to the people. Spear from Bron Breakker. This is, of course, after Roman Reigns put Paul Heyman to sleep. He choked him out. So, these guys, it looks like they have... Okay. I'm going to have to hit pause because Rich has a blue screen. He's crashed. And you'll see that everything's fine when he comes back. Okay, I don't remember where I left off, so I'll just talk about the fact that, you wouldn't be able to tell on Monday who won this match. Because sometimes wins and losses, they don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is the same thing. Can you tell me who won in the WrestleMania tag team match? Did Roman and Jay beat Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed?
Yeah, they did. But as you're alluding to, Breaker and Reed and all the Vision came out like they all won everything. All because
That's
Bronson
right.
Reed took freaking Roman's sneakers that night. I think that was the first night.
I don't think so. Maybe.
Maybe not.
It might have
Either
been.
way, it was stupid.
All right.
And I,
Match was, it was Roman doing his thing. I mean, you're only as good as your opponent. So let's get to the women. It's a Continental Championship match. Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella. This wasn't so good. I don't know if it was. I'm not blaming anybody, but there were some spots like the table spot where Becky was being slammed into it by Nikki. It was she was yeeting into the table. I don't like it. It's not the first time Becky's done something similar to that, but I wear rose-colored glasses for her. And there was a weird drop kick spot where somebody wasn't where they were supposed to be. Becky might not have been where she's supposed to be. You would think with her actually wrestling all the time, she would be better with that. So I don't know what to do with that. I'm pretty sure Becky was ring generaling the entire match.
if she wasn't, she should have been. And the yeeting, I wonder if some of these things, like the yeeting on the desk, is her way of sort of passively protesting who she's facing, saying this person doesn't belong in the ring with me, and so she looks bad to try to make the other person look bad. I'm not accusing, but it's a possibility because we know typically Becky is better than that. She's not like one of the ring greats, but she's good. She knows how to make the action look real, and the yeeting on that and the drop kick spot pulls you out of it.
Yeah. Well, up until this point, she really hasn't fully invested in being a heel. But that's nothing to do with what you said. I don't necessarily agree. I don't think she would do that. I think maybe she just didn't feel like it. I don't know. And that's just the way it was. And maybe it's one of those things where matches are mainly for the people that are there, and they don't see that. It's like the magician with if the cameraman's all up on the magician while he's doing the trick. There's just better ways to hide it, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe cooperate better with each other. Every match was predicted correctly, so it really felt like an international house show with one repercussion, it looks like, that really affects, well, two, and they all have to do with the Vision. So Clash in Paris also saw Sheamus and Rusev. The Donnybrook.
With
you go ahead.
So I just want to say, seen on social media recently, someone posted, I don't remember if it was a photo or a video, but from the crowd, from sort of behind that spot where Rusev had Sheamus in the Accolade on top of the barrels, and you saw the ref holding the barrels.
Well, it's much like the ladders when people are climbing. Sometimes the ref will be down there for balance and stuff.
Yeah, I don't want.
I'm not excusing it. I'm just saying it's not like the first time that's happened.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't see it on TV. I don't like to see it. So the ladder, I get as being more necessary. These barrels, if they were never supposed to move, bolt them into shit. Just bolt them down so they can't move. Yeah, they don't have to. Oh, hey, hold that, please. No, don't. You don't have to hold it if it's bolted. If it's never going to move, if it's not in a spot where someone is picking one of them up and throwing them, there's no need for them to be mobile. Just bolt them all down.
They were tied together, so I don't know.
They were tied together, but I think it was Jessica Carr, was holding the bottom barrels. Bolt them.
Well, it's a good thing she was out there. This match was okay. I didn't like it too much because they put all these implements and all they used were the chairs.
Mm-hmm.
I think Sheamus or Rusev went through like a bar thing that was laid down.
I think Rusev put Sheamus through the bar.
Yeah, so he's the only one that did anything really like actually creative. I don't know. The right guy won. So
Didn't Rusev use the shillelagh?
yeah, like he did the edge
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
That's how he won.
Hmm.
So,
But
okay.
I'm on board. It wasn't the greatest match. I feel like a fight. I got to be more invested in the feud, and I wasn't invested in the feud. This is a stepping stone for Rusev. I knew that going in, and let's just see what he does now.
Right on. Let's head over to the main event. This Fatal 4-Way was really only put together for one reason, and that is to bring Becky Lynch into the Vision. Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker to paint a picture, a Starry Night picture. It was Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed were banned from the building. And everybody's like, oh, it's going to be a new Vision. And oh, it's going to be a new guy. Everybody. But the new guy was a new man. And Becky Lynch comes in and low blows CM Punk for Seth Rollins to retain the Seth Rollins Please Don't Go championship. This, before I start us into what happens on Raw with this, you want to give any thoughts on this, you can.
This match did pretty much exactly, well, like you said, did what it was supposed to. It set the stage for a new member of the Vision, and that new member is Seth's wife, who, I mean, we don't know that she wasn't a member before. It just wasn't acknowledged, wasn't shown to us. It's just, here we go. Here's Becky. She's in the Vision now. Yada yada.
I mean, I don't need a picture painted. She's his wife. She's a heel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's been speculated. Well, why isn't she? If they're aligned, why not just whatever? And then here's what you have.
Mm-hmm.
So now that that's set up, there's an altercation. It's Becky Lynch, CM Punk. And, Becky comes out to Seth's music, and she's like, I forgot what she said. I don't know. Basically that, she slapped CM Punk a bunch of times and all these things. And CM Punk said that she's going to regret putting her hands on him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's asked Pierce, like, where's SmackDown Friday? And he's like, Chicago or something.
I hated that setup.
And then Punk was like, tremendous. He didn't have to say anything.
Yeah.
Like you could have put CM Punk, Chicago's in SmackDown. CM Punk's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It should have just been that. Like, don't try to hype the hype. I feel like that's what they were trying to do there. It felt weird. It felt unnatural. Where's SmackDown next week? As if you don't know. You should know weeks in advance that SmackDown is going to be in your hometown when you work for the company.
Well, it's another thing. It's also selling tickets.
Mm-hmm.
So they probably sold more tickets to that show under the impression that AJ Lee would return on Friday. I don't know if they sold out. I don't look for that kind of stuff. But you could hear it. So let me just say what the timeline is here, okay?
Okay.
So AJ Lee retired April 3rd, 2015. Okay? So here is a picture of WWE in the year 2015, 10 years ago. So it was in this year that Seth Rollins cashed in to pin Roman Reigns in the Lesnar-Reigns match.
Nice.
Daniel Bryan won the ladder match at WrestleMania 31. Later he had to relinquish due to injury, but that's another story. The United States champion, John Cena, defeated Rusev at WrestleMania 31. The Divas champion was Nikki Bella, who's held it since November 2014. Then you have tag team champions Cesaro and Tyson Kidd, who retained in the Fatal 4-Way. And your NXT champion, if you count it, is, of course, Kevin Owens. Here are the major feuds from March through April. Rollins versus Randy Orton. That was, of course, the first match on Mania, or second. But Orton beat Rollins, and, the rest was history from there.
That RKO.
That's right. Bryan's first challenger for the IC belt after WrestleMania 31 was no other than Bad News Barrett. Roman Reigns pivoted into a rivalry with the Big Show post WrestleMania 31. And the Divas division, AJ and Paige versus the Bellas was wrapping up, and Nikki Bella's reign rolled on. I'm pretty sure AJ's final match was March 30th, 2015. She teamed with Paige and Naomi to beat the Bellas and Natalya in her final match there on Monday Night Raw. So, and of course, AJ and Paige, they beat the Bella Twins at WrestleMania 31, which was her final pay-per-view win.
I remember thinking they should call themselves Paige, and you hated it.
Yeah, I'm indifferent now, so that's a different story.
Good.
So, that's the timeline with that. So we'll talk about that later because she does come back later on in the show on SmackDown. I don't really feel the need to talk about anything from Monday Night Raw. If you want to throw it in there, you can, but there's nothing outside of the Becky Lynch stuff and her being in the Vision, coming out to Seth's music and all that stuff to me that really resonated. Usos will be coming back. Looks like Jimmy can't do it on his own, which I don't know if that's a meta narrative, if the experiment of main event Jey Uso is over, on hold, or what. But it looks to me like it's going to be the Usos against the law firm of Bron. So, Bronn Bronson.
Well, speaking of tag teams, there also was the tag team title match, the Fatal 4-Way, where the Wyatts retained Clash in Paris. Because it wasn't on the original card. We didn't have a prediction for it because it wasn't made before SmackDown.
I didn't mean to forget the promotional match for Borderlands fucking 4. Those poor guys. It might be the last you see of the Street Profits as a tag team at a pay-per-view, because it looks like cracks are forming in the Street Profits. If you paid attention to glances they were giving each other after it was over. So who knows what's going to happen to Angelo Dawkins? Montez Ford, we all know, but listen, that doesn't mean anything. There have been people that have been standouts in tag teams and didn't rise to the occasion. Not everybody's going to be Jeff Hardy. Not everybody's going to be Edge.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think we have a real Jannetty here. If anything, I think Dawkins might have a little trouble on the mic. If they do finally split them up, this is at least the second time that they've teased a split. But I don't think we have a Jannetty. Like Ford can get over. I think Dawkins can also get over. Probably both upper mid card. I don't know about world title, but I would love to see how far they can go.
So you're saying there's no one swimming in the Chattahoochee River
Right.
that is wronged Angelo Dawkins? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that is exactly what I'm saying.
Okay.
I think
That's
Dawkins'
bold.
history is clean and pristine.
Okay, so moving on to SmackDown. So John Cena, this was his final SmackDown appearance where it all began.
Mm-hmm.
And he's, thanks everybody. See you later. But Sami Zayn comes out and they booed him. They booed Sami Zayn. I believe
Crazy.
maybe it's because, he interrupted John Cena. I don't know what else to read into that.
Mm-hmm.
I heard "Let's Go Cena, Sammy sucks"
Yeah.
in the crowd there.
Mm-hmm.
Sound like an announcer. It's Chicago, and they boo who you don't like, and they cheer for the bad guys. And don't
Yeah.
even worry about it.
Bizarro world. But he eventually won them back during the promo. When as he was praising Cena, basically showing them, I'm not a heel, guys. I'm not out here to be a dick.
Yeah, I was getting to that. So
Sorry.
basically, no, it's fine. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, Sami Zayn is out here because he's the United States champion now. And, 10 years ago, someone else gave him an opportunity, and that was John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
So Sami Zayn is saying he's going to start the Sami Zayn United States Open Challenge. And he would like John Cena to be the first one. And of course, everybody, including you and the people at home that they they're really into this. They know that something bad's gonna happen. So it's either some MFTs or, of course, an F5 or two, and it was
Mm-hmm.
an F5 or two. So I believe Sami Zayn was F5 first, which means Sami Zayn wins by disqualification,
Yes.
technically.
Mm-hmm.
So Sami Zayn has a disqualification victory over John Cena at his final appearance on SmackDown. John Cena, of course, will start appearing on Monday Night Raw. Because, John Cena, he was a fixture on SmackDown for a long time. And then the draft came, and he was actually the champion. And he was drafted from SmackDown to Monday Night Raw. So now we're going to finish up Monday Night Raw. And it turns out the rumor was that it was going to be in Boston, Massachusetts, the final match for John Cena. But according to rumors and the internet, there was a bidding war, and Washington, D.C. won the bidding war. So John Cena's final match is going to be in Washington, D.C.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Who's
I don't
from
know.
DC besides Batista? I don't know. Trivia.
I
Let
don't
us
think
know.
it matters who's from there, right? Like,
It could be a surprise opponent.
he's
Hometown
not
boys.
wrestling Batista.
No, he's not
At
wrestling Batista.
fucking,
I didn't think it would be.
Batista's done.
I didn't think it would be Batista.
Okay.
But 7 more appearances for Cena.
100 days.
Man, if I could work only seven nights out of 100, that'd be great. But aside from that, this is an exciting time. Obviously, we got Cena versus Brock coming up at WrestlePalooza, bitch, as Brock said. Not for nothing. Can't wait till we can get past that and see what's lined up for Cena after that. I think Cena's going to get his win back after Suplex City, that famous SummerSlam.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how he manages to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what you can do. It's like, okay, well, John Cena's been wrestling. Brock hasn't been, but he's still Brock Lesnar.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of match is it going to be? Is it going to be a one-on-one match? Is it going to be stipulations? Are we going to do, a street fight? I hope not. It could be anything, literally anything. I think it's too early to really speculate on that. So on SmackDown, also, you still got Aleister Black and Damian Priest going at it
Mm-hmm.
because of the truth or something. And you have Charlotte. She's hurt, I guess, and
Mm-hmm.
apparently she might have a heart. She might not have a heart. No one really can tell. But no one cares about that. You're not here for that.
Right.
So what we're talking about. So at the end, CM Punk, he's out there. Seth Rollins is in the crowd for some reason, mainly to hide because he's scared. That's the
Mm-hmm.
angle. Becky's out there, and she's hit CM Punk again, trying to bitch him out, paintbrush him again.
Mm-hmm.
And oh yeah, I had a complaint about this on Monday
Yeah.
because honestly, it makes me sick. I
Mm-hmm.
don't like that shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's this whole like you are the fact that CM Punk is a gentleman and not a scumbag. You're taking advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
And as the babyface, he's not going to be able to do anything to you.
Mm-hmm.
So now we've got the mixed tag team coming. Everybody, it was the worst kept secret.
Mm-hmm.
It was online. The shop got tricked because it's like I guess it's run by Chat GPT maybe, and like responded to somebody. It's like, no, you could get your AJ merch.
Mm-hmm.
That's just in time for a Friday. And it's like, oh, okay. And this is a multi-year contract. She's going to be a full-time performer. Egg on
Cool.
my face because I thought, well, maybe she'll do it and it'll be like a one-off. But no, the CM Punk's now going to be in a so much money. So it's two income, ridiculous probably amount of money that she's going to get paid for this. She still looks the same,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much. So unlike other people who come back 10 years later,
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to be like that. She moves the same. We haven't seen her really do anything outside of the jump on top and beat the shit out of Becky Lynch and slap her around a little bit.
The old
You know,
Thez press.
and no words were said, I don't believe. Just looks and everything, which
Mm-hmm.
everybody was selling. Seth was selling. Becky was selling. Becky had to be carried out because she got slapped so hard, apparently. So yeah, you can go ahead and you know.
So, one thing I didn't like is how Becky and Seth were incredulous that AJ Lee is back. Like, what do you mean she's back? What? She's here? She's here now? Like, that's his wife. Okay?
Yeah, but as far as they knew, she's not an in-ring competitor, right?
You gotta like. I think it was a fail on their part, on WWE's part. They should have made Seth and Becky a little smarter about it. Say she's not coming back. Don't just be shocked. Like, say she's not coming back. She doesn't have the balls to come back. It should have been a challenge for her to come back and not just egging on Punk, and seemingly not expecting any actual retaliation. I just think it could have been done better. As far as AJ's return, yep, she looked great. We don't know, like, all we saw was some offense from her. We haven't seen her in a match yet, clearly. So we don't know if she's going to gas herself out in a match. Time will tell on that. But I'm kind of glad it's going to be full time. Like, let's go. So go for it.
Well, Rich, you will recall that, there was a promo. CM Punk said, "You don't think I can have Bailey come take care of you for me?"
Mm-hmm.
And Becky's like, "Well, I beat her." And he's like, "You don't think that I could get the Eradicator
Mm-hmm.
to help me?"
That
You
was
know what I
big.
mean? So
Mm-hmm.
he mentioned it doesn't necessarily have to be her, right? It doesn't
I
have
know.
to be his wife. There's other people. And you
Mm-hmm.
could look at it from Seth's point of view and Becky's point of view. She's been gone. She hasn't been doing anything. Like they
Mm-hmm.
weren't expecting this
Mm-hmm.
in the universe. Sometimes we can be, as fans, trying to be too smart. What are they supposed to do? It's like, oh, all right, whatever. She's here.
Mm-hmm.
They have to. Part of what excites people is if they no sold it. It's like, oh, so they don't even care. Like they're the heels. You want them to get their comeuppance, and them
Mm-hmm.
seeing her and that reaction, that's supposed to give something to the fan. It's like, oh, they got them. Oh, it's shit's getting real now.
Mm-hmm.
For these guys, they're in trouble. They need to think, oh, this is a variable that I didn't, think could possibly. Like you have to sell it because then
Mm-hmm.
it's like otherwise you're Stephanie McMahon and never selling, not giving a shit. You're not worried about retaliation or anything like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's good. That's good, I think. So that's my only disagreement on that one.
Okay.
I
I,
think it's
I
good.
I just think the lead up. They could have. I think they could have said, "You think AJ's going to come back? She's not going to come back," and then be shocked when she comes back. Say she's been
Well,
retired for
they
10 years. She's done. She's doing comics and books and this and that.
well by already mentioning her in that scenario, it's like you've
Mm.
already invoked. It's not like when like right before War Games, they're like, if CM Punk was in Chicago right now, you know what he'd say. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but it's all but confirmed that that's going to be a WrestlePalooza match. They want to make this as big as possible. Now, I don't know what you do for the rest of the card to make it this big deal for the first ESPN pay per view.
Mm-hmm.
The last PLE was Clash in Paris. This is the last PLE. You're going to still get Saturday night's main event on Peacock. I think they still have SmackDown episodes up to a point. Like they'll always be behind a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever's still on there. So the only difference is PLEs are on ESPN. You still need Peacock if you want to watch the NXT ones. The NXT ones, those are still on Peacock. ESPN only got the PLEs.
Okay.
That's it. This is to alleviate any confusion for any viewer that needs to ask us about it.
Yeah.
I did a little bit of research.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I could be wrong, but I don't think you still have to use the ESPN app. And if you should be able to use your cable credentials to log into it and play it that way.
All right.
So
I'm gonna
you
have to
guys are
look
going to
into
have
that.
to look on
Yeah.
that on your own, confirm that. But that's what ChatGPT told me. So because I tried to look ahead on ESPN on my guide, but it only went up to the 19th. So maybe because today's another day, it'll go up to the 20th and I can look what's in that time slot and
Okay.
see what happens.
All right. Thank you for that because I've been like, oh, I gotta see, and then like just not doing it because I don't like doing stuff.
No,
I just want it to be there.
yeah. So I got to figure out what to do here on my end if I'm canceling, Peacock or whatever. I got to see, like, I don't share it, I mean. But, there's other profiles on there that might not be too keen on there not being Peacock. So, I'm
Hmm.
going to have to see. I'm not going to let them take any more of the money.
Right. Buggers.
But yeah, So that's pretty much it. What I had on that. I don't. We could speculate on feuds for AJ. Could they flip Nikki Bella and have them go again later on? Obviously, the Intercontinental Championship was held up by AJ. So after this mixed tag team match, which I'm pretty sure CM Punk and her are going to win, would they have? It's going to be AJ feuding with Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental Championship. Where does Bayley fit in with her new persona? I think that's probably going to be Lyra Valkyria's problem. It looks like they're setting up something with that. So
Lyra's like, you don't call me anymore. That's the basis of their feud.
I don't mind it. I don't. They're going to have to show me what they want to do. It's confirmed that IYO SKY will face off against Stephanie Vaquer for reasons at WrestlePalooza. I believe it's going to be for the Women's World Championship. Look for Asuka to be involved in that one, either costing IYO the championship or helping IYO win the championship, and then getting herself a number one contender spot. You could have Asuka versus IYO very easily. So look to that one.
That'll be good.
Right. I think that's it. I don't think anything else is shaping up for WrestlePalooza outside of the Usos and Bron and Bronson.
They'll probably do something with Bron Bronson and the Usos. They might. I don't know if what do you even give LA Knight right now?
Well, seeing has. So he was recently in the Fatal 4-Way. If Seth's doing business with Punk and Jimmy's doing business with the two meatheads, there's no one in there that he's messing with, really. But you can, Dominic Mysterio's there. He beat AJ Styles, but the rumor is that him and AJ still aren't done. Could be an IC title thing. It could be he's still not done with Seth. Maybe he's still in the mix with Punk as well. Could be like a third man situation. I don't know. I'm looking at Raw, unless he's like gonna go mess with, I don't know, Finn Balor or Brock Lesnar, or who's busy with Cena. I don't know. So we'll have to see what happens with LA Knight. Maybe he'll tag up with somebody.
Yeah.
Who knows, right? So.
All right.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. LA Knight, he's all alone out there.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of not keeping all the same faces at the very top of the card perpetually. But it does create a lot of, well, what now for this person scenarios, and then we don't see them for a couple months, and then they come back, which is probably good for their health. They get more time off, more time away from the road, and even still, you could do a thing where you record a promo at home, like Bailey's been doing.
Yep, and SmackDown's gonna have a title match. It's gonna be Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill for the women's championship.
Running it back, eh?
On Friday. Yeah, it's probably going to be some cheating. Maybe Jade turns heel and Tiffany Stratton's still the champion. And then they'll probably add a match to WrestlePalooza. I don't know if they're maybe going to try to keep it lean or what, but, you probably want to use that matchup on that Friday so you don't risk contaminating WrestlePalooza with a subpar wrestling match. Some dance partners, they don't jive, I guess. You can speculate on Jade if you want, but I will not. I think we've we've chapped that one up pretty much. So,
Yep.
Yep. I think that's it for us today, right? I think we did.
I think so. No need to chap us. So, what I would like to ask everyone to do, first off, thank you all for checking us out this week and every week. A reminder that we will be live Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern for Monday Night Raw, as we are every Monday. All right? Do us a solid. Hit the subscribe button. We know more than half of you are not subscribed. Let us know down below what you thought of Clash of Paris, upcoming WrestlePalooza, AJ Lee's return, all of that. And as always, Jer's got a party message.
The match of life is scheduled for one fall, so make it count.
Do what the man says.
Follow the Booker.